I think of my friend Pius. I think Pius, today he's also in Europe for grad school. He's in Spain. And, I think of him, and we would banter about football, about soccer. We would banter about all these things, and he would come and help serve and set up the church every Friday. And, man, just an amazing, amazing guy. And the guy has killer dance moves. You guys got that next one? Yeah, check that out. He can dance, man. I think about these guys, and I think about the situation that's there with it. I think about all these friends that are there, friends that are my friends across the world. And so whenever we start talking about this issue of color, to me, it resonates with a face. To me, it resonates with a friend. And so it's not a generalization. It's not a they. It's my friend. And I don't want someone treating my friend that way. And I don't want someone treating someone I care about and love that way. I love MLK. I love the message he stood for, so many things that he said. One of the ones that really has resonated with me is what he says here. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And I think it's a powerful statement. With this issue with George Floyd and all these issues of his murder, of his killing, it's triggered a lot of response. Online, you'd see some things that are saying this. Some are posting on social media. Some are protesting in the streets. Some are donating silently. Some are educating themselves. Some are having tough conversations with friends and family. A revolution has many lanes. Be kind to yourself and to others who are traveling in the same direction. Just keep your foot on the gas. The idea is that we move forward in this process and not shrink back once it's stopped being in the headlines. We obviously seen that the officers who were connected to the case with Floyd, they have been charged and actually have been charged after this time. So the things that people have been asking for have happened. And what I've really liked is seeing that the rioting has actually subsided and peaceful protests have taken their place in a very large way. Now, the media would like to show you all the crazy things that are happening, but statistically, they're a very small percentage of the amazing things that are happening there. In Lynchburg, Virginia, not known for being the best place for racial understanding, protesters come together in prayer and worship instead of rioting and looting. It says this the Charlotte Observer, a friend of ours shared this on their social. Tense protest turns emotional as 60 North Carolina police kneel before the demonstrators. Taking that symbol, you see another image of this here in a different place. A friend of ours, Cole, who lives in Texas, he was in our church as a kid in Paris, and he's a photographer. It's one of the things he does. One of the rallies that they had in Texas, he had imagery like this that he took. People who were standing peaceably, letting their voice be heard, that they stood against this oppression and this system that was there. That I can't breathe, equal justice under law. And standing like this man, who's obviously a teacher, who says, I fight so my students don't have to. Here in Phoenix, just on the weekend, we saw, there's a tweet from Twitter, I saw that the news had retweeted, hundreds of demonstrators are marching through downtown Phoenix declaring Black Lives Matter and justice for Deion Johnson, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. If you haven't seen the picture, the image that's there, you can see it in this next one. It was pretty amazing because they were doing so peaceably and completely the opposite of what happened the weekend before. We happened to see, you can see this next image where they were taking a seat and just standing there and having that moment. We happened to be on a family walk on Friday. And we were just going, after Celeste got home from the office, I have a day off, so I happened to be there at the house. We decided to go on a family walk, and they were having a demonstration right at the edge of Goodyear on Litchfield Road and Indian School Road. And so there were people that were going for a protest that was there. And the kids, we have our 3 kids that are there, and they're like, what is that? And it was a really great teaching moment because we just got back from living in a place that you could never demonstrate against the government. You could never demonstrate against anything like that, systems of oppression. You definitely couldn't do it because you would be squashed out and arrested in any concept of that. And so I took the moment saying, listen, they're standing because they believe that people who have black skin have value just like we do. And see, for our kids, they grew up in an international church world where everybody has value and tons of their friends are black. So they were just like, yes, that's That's a no-brainer. Yes, we also agree with that.